Good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Emery Pitcel of Rothrock Chiropractic and Rehabilitation. This is a recording of a presentation that was given on April 28th of 2026 for my BNI chapter, BNI Virtually North. We are out of State College, Pennsylvania. And so today, what I want to go over is the presentation that we covered, which was a community-oriented presentation on the 7 obstacles of health, and that naturally it takes a village for people to truly achieve wellness. And so thank you if you are taking the time to watch this. We appreciate you supporting and checking it out. So full disclosure, every single picture in this presentation is from the year 2017. That is when I was wrapping up and graduating chiropractic school. And so I kind of wanted to just set pictures from that year of my life, just to kind of set the mood, because I did dig back on these lecture materials to help put together today's presentation. I graduated from National University of Health Sciences in Illinois in April of 2017. And at National, there are 2 doctorate degree programs. There's the chiropractic degree, which I have, but I do not have the naturopathic physician or ND degree, but I took classes alongside a lot of NDs. And so both of these professions are holistic in nature and have a strong belief that the body has a profound and innate ability to heal itself. As long as the blocks, the barriers, and the obstacles to health are removed out of the way, then the vis medicatrix naturae, or the body's natural ability to heal itself, will allow people to get to true wellness. So maybe take a moment to sort of think to yourself or blurt out into the ether, what do you think some of the 7 obstacles are to health? What are some things that happen in people's lives that keep them away from truly getting to wellness and full health? I'll give you maybe 10 seconds. Right. So a lot of these concepts are not extremely difficult to think about, right? Really, like a lot of people sort of know what the 7 obstacles are. It's just nice to sort of actually write it out and articulate it all out. So according to naturopathic doctors, they say that poor diet, chronic stress, sleep disruption, environment and toxins, physical inactivity, lack of social support, and individual disharmony are the 7 obstacles to people getting true health and true wellness. Now, as a chiropractor practicing in central Pennsylvania, we feel that we are in our flame and at our best when we're working with physical inactivity. That's what we address best as an obstacle to health. However, all these other factors really matter a lot. So what we're hoping and trying to do is increase our sphere of influence to improve like the amount of people and wellness and healthcare providers that we are connected with. So that way we can pass more higher quality referrals when an area of health is a little bit more beyond what we are used to addressing. Other people are better experts in these areas of study. And so we're all kind of in our individual silos practicing healthcare and doing our therapeutics, our procedures, our techniques to get people feeling better. But sometimes it's really important to make that referral over to an expert in another industry. And we actually need to take the moment to go back to the bottom of the pyramid and actually, after we're helping people feel better, really ask the questions of, are people actually getting to wellness? And is there an obstacle at one of these 7 marks that's preventing people from being to where they need to be? So let's go over each of these individually. The poor diet, dietary disturbances, and substances. Now, if you put in don't eat really well or eat improperly, then you're going to be lacking the building blocks to healing your body and your mind. It's going to keep your body in a pro-inflammatory type state, which in turn could lead to poor gut health or keep you inflamed and generate something like leaky gut or lead to poor dental health. That doesn't even get into like what if someone's using alcohol or another drug, or what is their interaction with medications with their body, or the supplements that they're taking. The well gets really deep really fast. And so that's where we're not an expert in this area. And we really lean on our referral partners to really kind of carry the expertise on this, such as nutritionists, a functional medicine provider, and dentists. The second obstacle to health is chronic stress. I couldn't even list all the physiological functions that get hampered by chronic stress. It's the list is very long, but it also disrupts mental function, lowers the immune system, and makes people stay sick more often. We don't need to be like my dog here, putting on the Superman cape. That's eventually going to lead us to burnout and set us up for failure. And so when that gets to be too much, we need to tap on our referral partners, like a life coach, to help people better manage their time and resources, a psychologist or talk therapist to really handle when the emotional and the mental burden becomes too heavy to carry alone. Sleep disruption is the third obstacle to health. Again, the list is too long, but to pick just three, mental cognition decreases when we decrease our sleep. We lower our immune system, decrease mood and disposition. And so many of us as business owners and entrepreneurs and business managers, this is what we kind of cut the first to give ourselves more time, and we really shouldn't. Um, Now, a lot of us are able to help with sleep patterns, but for here, I kind of wanted to pick that physical and mental connection. So thinking like the mind body therapist, like behavioral cognitive therapy, or like a yoga instructor that really syncs up moving with breathing, with relaxation and restoration. All right. Environment and toxins. Like I told you, maybe some people know I'm originally from Michigan. So this is Michigan State's home venue, the Breslin Center. Maybe some of you guys think that that's a toxic environment. Well, maybe it is for the road team. But for the home fans, it feels like home and it's a place that brings us joy and it feels like a safe house and a safe place and fulfillment. That's what your home, your true home and house should be for you too. And if you're not really living in your forever home, then you never completely get settled in and you always stay a little bit stressed and can't actually get to wellness. That doesn't even consider things like the toxins, the chemicals, and the pollutants that are going to compromise detoxification that happens in the body. So in our BNI chapter, we already have a great realtor team, but we can use extra support with pest control and restoration like mold specialists. I don't have it listed here, but a cleaning company is massive, and those that sell like natural products, like natural cleaning products, or maybe supplements, natural supplements to help the body detoxify itself. Think like Juice Plus or Melaleuca standard process, right? This gets into our bread and butter. As chiropractors, we really hit the area of physical inactivity extremely well and remove that obstacle to health because physical inactivity is going to cause muscular and joint imbalances, which will therefore compromise circulation to all tissues. It runs, therefore, the risk of lowering people's moods. And even as an added bonus, if people aren't moving as much, they're not outside as much, and that's going to decrease their sunlight exposure as well, too. So while we're pretty good at nailing down this area, we also really value our relationships and our referral partners to further deepen the well in the answers that we can get for clients and patients, such as the massage therapists and personal trainers and acupuncturists. Our sixth point obstacle here is the lack of social support and relationships. Toxic social environments absolutely drain people. So too does social isolation, like a lack of local support, family, friends being close by. All that is going to impact the mental and physical health adversely. So for here, our support systems with family counselor, marriage counselors, and social workers are imperative. Plus, if you're really an empathetic provider and slow down to listen to your patients, they can really feel like that you're part of their social support system. And heck, even our BNI chapter members meeting regularly and supporting each other, that really adds to our social capital and social support for each other as well. The last obstacle to health identified by naturopaths is the individual disharmony. This is kind of two-part. It's not only just the like the depression, anxiety angle of it, but it's also just being really happy in your own skin and your own physical body. So here on the first part, like if we have disharmony, that could disconnect us from our hobbies and passions, which drives like a loss of purpose and creates mental, emotional, and spiritual imbalances, which is just so adverse for our health on so many levels. But if we're not happy in our own physical body as well too, we're also never going to truly get to wellness as well too. One of our pitfalls as providers and business people is just not taking care of ourselves, and it's a serious crime to do to ourselves, but we do it all the time. So our referral partners here are pretty much the same as the list on chronic stress, but also adding in like the hairstylist and the spa provider and the nail specialist. Heck, even the optometrist, getting people feeling their happiest with their contacts and their glasses so they can look the best and feel their best, right? So here's the full list of all the potential referral partners that we're hoping to bring into our sphere of influence and possibly even into our tight-knit referral-based networking network chapter. And this is really a health, wellness, and beauty power team. So all these professions have already gotten a shout out in this presentation. They're all color coded for what area I felt like they primarily addressed the most as far as an obstacle to health. Granted, there's overlap and bleed into a bunch of areas, but these are kind of like where they really work the best into. But I believe that if we all actually work together and utilize each other as referral sources and resource partners, then we can actually build more people getting to wellness and holistic full health, so that way we can have stronger, healthier, more robust communities and get a lot more individuals to shine on like wellness rainbows. Now, our president of our BNI Virtually North chapter didn't know that I was going to do this in our presentation. She was very caught flat-footed, hopefully in a good way. But I gave her a shout out and I said, you don't have to be in health, beauty, and wellness to take a holistic health approach and actually think about the 7 obstacles to people's physical and overall health. And so Mercedes Jones of Mercedes Jones Photography is our president of our chapter. And she really helps people address the lack of social support in relationships because her photography is such top shelf, beautiful pictures, and she's immortalizing beautiful moments that we have with our friends, families, and our colleagues, and really putting them into such beautiful pictures so that way we can forever look at those pictures and be happy about what we're looking at. The way I was able to look at my pictures from 2017 and still have pride with that. So I'm actually going to challenge everyone, not just in our BNI chapter, but anyone listening to this presentation, figure out what obstacle of health you best address. Whether you're a healthcare provider, beauty, wellness, or other industry, think about these 7 obstacles. Figure out what you kind of fit in best, and maybe shift your conversations and your kind of 60-second introduction commercials when you meet people to highlight how you actually help people take back their lives in a positive way and work closer to wellness. I think that would be profoundly positive to share with people. I'll kind of give you an example here. This is the chiropractic decision tree, kind of a direct ripoff from Shel Silverstein, sorry. But instead of the giving tree, we're going to say a chiropractic decision tree. Like we said, we are kind of like the physical, inactive experts on the 7 obstacles of health. And we get all the time, and people probably hear this as they're talking to others. Why can't I exercise or get enough movement throughout the day? You're really going to get 2 different varieties of answers. You're going to get, I don't have enough time, or I don't have the ability. If it's I don't have enough time, maybe ask a few questions and figuring out what's taking up more of their time. What do they need to delegate to open up some more of their time? Maybe it's somebody that's on Zillow until 2 a.m. every single night trying to find a new house. Refer them to your realtor or refer them to ours, Mackenzie Holderman, in State College. And that way you can offload that work and actually allow somebody to get some time to do exercises. Now, if they say that it hurts too much when I do, which is an ability response, then you ask them, do you have a chiropractor? And if they say, yes, I do, ask this follow-up question. Have they given you home exercises for self-empowerment, really taught you how to help yourself? Maybe the answer is yes. And if you stop at that point, I respect that. But people that know our business really know that the McKenzie method of physical therapy and the way that we structure our rehab program is quite a bit different than just kind of generalized exercises or sometimes even what traditional physical therapy provides. Dig a little bit more. Tell them how the McKenzie method is different if you can. But if they definitely tell you, no, I have not received home exercises for self-empowerment, then you need to say, hey, you should talk to my guy so that way you can learn how to help yourself. Now, going back, do you have a chiropractor? We get this response all the time. I don't believe in chiropractors. Don't shut down. Don't give up on that. Instead, push a little bit back on that. And you should say, hey, do you also believe or trust in massage and muscle work? To relax muscles and stretch therapy. And do you believe in physical therapy, like the ability to take home exercises to make yourself better? If that person continues to say, no, they're all a bunch of crocs, then you know what? Don't waste your breath on them. They're not who we're trying to target and help. But if they say, yeah, I like massage and I like physical therapy, then recognize and say that, hey, this chiropractor in State College, this guy that I know really well, he's going to do all the muscle work and stretching, plus give you exercises to help yourself at home. He's going to do all of that before he ever does a hands-on spinal manipulation. So if you really like massage work and you like physical therapy, you have no reason why you shouldn't like my guy. So please give my guy a shot. All right. And that's what I would like as an introduction. We're kind of over time a little bit here, but I wanted to kind of like fill in some of the details. Thank you so much if you listened to this video. We appreciate all the community support we have out there. We couldn't possibly do what we do without you guys. And so we thank you so much. But for now, that'll do. Thank you for your time. We appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day, and thank you.